the founder of WhiteBoard Schools.
Thank you so much.
Now, let me briefly introduce our, thank you, Mohammed, for being with us today. So with this, like School Innovation Council initiative, basically, we are going to provide students from rural areas to develop some innovative ideas and then, like bring it to national, even global audience. Okay. And thanks to the collaboration between our organizations, we will be having many helping hands and helping minds to guide these students in the right direction. So thank you. Now, I would like to welcome Mr. Gautam Kumar. Mr. Kumar is a well-known name in business administration, and he has a large portfolio of successful business projects. तो हमें जो है ये उम्मीद है कि मिस्टर गौतम जो है हमारे बच्चों को अपने विजडम और एक्सपीरियंसेस से साथ जो है बहुत बढ़िया तरीके से गाइड करेंगे, मोटिवेट करेंगे. Instead of I telling you a lot about Mr. Gautam Kumar, I would like him to take the stage now and start the session. Gautam,
Thank you very much, Sumanji. Namaskar, ahake, namaskar sab botake. बहुत धन्यवाद for a really interesting and nice introduction. And I'm really feeling proud to be connected with this KCS Foundation and actually share my experiences or whatever I have gained throughout my career with this organization and with the kids who are there right now today on the call. Thank you, Mohammed, for extending your support through your organization to KCS Foundation to bring some change to our society, to develop our own kids. And I think Ms. Suman has already introduced well about me. And believe me, I'm one of you guys. All the students, I tell you that I belong to a place called Supol. And I think most of you would be knowing that. It's a village nearby Saharsa. It's about 130 kilometers from Darbhanga. And I have done my schooling and pre-education from Supol only. I'm passed out from Supol Williams School. And then later on, I did my electronics engineering diploma. Then I did my MBA. Then several educations before I moved to Dubai. And through this all journey of my life, I have learned one thing, that anybody can give you support, can give you guidance, but it's you who has to actually shape your own path in your life, shape your own direction, and do what you want to do about yourself or to do about anybody else, that is your society, to give back something where you belong to, right? So today's session, I believe we are going to talk about leadership. That includes, I feel, motivation, team building, innovation. And innovation, actually, I believe we all feel that it's a very kind of cliche, I would say, that very difficult term. And innovation means you try to invent something, while we all innovate something in our daily lives every day, So there is a trait called leadership, which is very, very important for you to really become innovative, and that's called leadership. That's we are going to talk to. That is our main topic of discussions today. So let's first understand what leadership means to all of us, right? Leadership is not a rank or position. We all understand that, because there is somebody called leader, which we call as a kind of a netas or some position in the organization. But the leadership is a quality in oneself, right? So that is why leadership is not a rank or position. It is basically a choice to look after the person to the left of us, try to look after the person to the right of us. So it's not being in charge, but it is about taking care of those in charge of you. That means you look after the people around you. And the closest example I can give of leadership is parenting. I think we all have seen our parents in our families, our father, our mother, that how they take care of the entire family, and they give tirelessly they work to give their children opportunities and to help them achieve more than they imagine for themselves. They always tell that mera beta meri beti mere se acha banegi. This is the kind of giving that the parent do, and that's what a leader means. And that's what a leadership quality is. So the great leaders always want exactly the same thing. They want to build self-confidence, to give opportunity to try and fail. So many times we fail in our endeavors, and then our parent always encourage us. Oh, no problem, let's try. You can do it again. And this is what a kind of self-motivation, self-confidence that you can generate in others to actually bring out the best from themselves and bring out the best from others as well. And one thing, the leader is not the one who knows everything. Leader is the one who accepts that he does not or she does not know everything, but they ask for help wherever required, because everybody cannot be expert of everything. And that's what it is about, that you bring out a team who knows some part somewhere. So together it all makes a team. So when we say that, okay, they want to and they can achieve more than we could imagine for ourselves, because it's a team, it's a goal that everybody wants to look up to. And that is why we call that a leader is someone who inspires and guides others towards a common goal. We know first that what is my common goal, and then probably we try to take everyone together to reach that goal. And thankfully, leadership is a trait that can be learned and practiced. It's not something that you have to have an inborn quality of being a leader, and if you don't have that, then you cannot be a leader. Leadership is something which we can learn, and we can learn every day, every time that we do. So let's also understand that why leadership is important for innovation. And as I discussed previously, that innovation is something where you find a way to do something easier than it can be done before, right? And it could be in any field. And the ways to do that thing more easily is nothing but an innovation, and doing innovative ways, or doing out of the box ways to accomplish something which could have otherwise been accomplished by more effort. So what you do is you try to reduce the effort to do something better, or at least the same way, but with little lesser effort. And that's what the innovation is. And this can be taken to different criteria and different fields that you do. So innovation basically in a simple way means that we do something better than before with lesser efforts. And sorry, I feel this message is not for me, Mr. Sumanji, right? Okay, so now when we talk of innovation, when we talk of leadership, when we talk of a teamwork, it is very, very important that we will build an atmosphere around us where people start trusting us. Because if you do not trust somebody, if you do not get motivated by someone, that person or you cannot lead, right? So when we talk about leadership, we also talk about the leadership skills, and leadership skills that motivate someone to follow. We all in our school days, or right now you guys are in school, you all will sometimes relate to this, that there is someone in your class who you feel is a cool guy, and you want to try to follow them. Or sometimes we try to follow our film stars. These are the ways that somebody tries to influence us or tries to inspire us, so that without them asking us to follow them, we try to follow them. And that's what is a leadership skill. So when we talk of importance of developing these leadership skills, sorry, We all try to understand that why it is important in our life, why it is being important being a student in our life. And the very goal of this is that leadership is required at every stage of life. And whether we are a kid, whether we are going to school, we are going to college, we are doing some research, we are doing some business, or we are working for some business, everywhere the leadership skill is required. And this is one skill which makes you different than others. And when we talk of being different than others, that means we are becoming someone who is trying to inspire others, who's trying to inspire others towards the same goal that we want to go, right? And to develop that skill, one thing is very, very important, and that is trust. So that means people should trust you. The people with whom you are working, they should trust you. And trust is nothing but a gut feeling. Trust is not any skill or anything. It's a gut feeling. From the gut feeling, I trust you or I don't trust you. It somewhere exists in our limbic brain, and it cannot be rationalized. That is why we trust some people and not everyone, right? If somebody comes from outside, we don't immediately start trusting them unless we get familiarized with them. We start interacting with them. We don't trust them, and consequently you cannot rationalize to convince or rationally convince someone to trust you, right? It's the other way around as well. So you must earn that trust by showing them that you share their values and beliefs. If somebody does not find that their values and beliefs align with you, they won't trust you. And once that happens, they start trusting you. When they start trusting you, that means you are aligned with others. And leadership does not mean that you are becoming a manager, or you are becoming a team lead, or you are becoming some neta in your school. No, leadership means that you are trying to take others along with you. You are trying to take everyone along with you to a common goal. And that common goal right now, today we are talking about, is the innovation in the school, right? So we all need to develop that leadership skill. We all need to develop the trust among ourselves. We all need to develop that common goal and understanding of each other. And at the same time, we all need to understand that one person cannot do everything, right? So the leader is one who is asking for the help, and leader is the one who is supporting or giving the help to the one of your left and one of your right. And that is what actually gives you a better teamwork in a way, so that you create an environment where we all can learn, we all can flourish, we all can actually think coolly, calmly, and we can innovate something when we have a brain which is engaged with these kind of trust and support and care from each other. If a time permits, I can share you a very small story about this teamwork and how the support of your surrounding, your society, can actually develop you. I think most of you would have heard about a very old park in US. It's called Sequoia National Park. And if you would see in Sequoia National Park, we have redwood trees, and these trees stand there for hundreds and thousands of years. I think one of the oldest trees in the world stands in Sequoia National Park. And these redwood trees last for 400, 500 years, and few trees are there for more than 2000 years. You would be surprised to know that these trees stand for hundreds of years. They weather so many typhoons, storms, rain, and everything, but still their roots are not very deep in the ground. One would be surprised that if they are not deep in the ground, why don't they get derooted, or why not typhoon takes them away along with that? The nature of these trees are that their root, instead of going down in the earth, they go around. And when they go around, whatever they find around, surrounding them, they intertwine with each other. So all the redwood trees in the Sequoia National Park, their roots are intertwined with each other. So what happens is, that entire thousands of trees that is there in the Sequoia National Park, their roots are attached to each other and they are intertwined so much that they provide support to each other. So even if there is a smallest tree which is maybe 5 years old or 1 year old, they get a support of the roots of 2000-year-old tree. And this is what is society. This teaches us a very good lesson that what we can give to our society, or what actually our society should be. We have people who have knowledge. We have people who wants to gain that knowledge. And if we both join together, we can actually impart each other some knowledge, right? So when we talk of team building means how do we start working in a team, and when do we start working in a team? And when we support each other, we can actually fulfill something to somebody who does not have that. And at the same time, we gain from someone what I do not have. And this team building, this team work together actually gives a leeway to do something more than that I can do. So when we talk of a student team in a classroom or in a school, we talk of that how a different nature of a students can come together and do something which one alone cannot do, right? So I hope you try to understand, and you would be understanding that why it is important for all the students to come together and do something and complement each other to draw the strengths from everybody to do something big which one person cannot do. And the person who inspire others to do that, a person who gains the trust of doing that, is a leader, or that he or she possesses that leadership skill. So it is very, very important that we all have that leadership skill somewhere in ourselves, so that we all trust each other and we all try to inspire each other to gain that knowledge, to gain that goal, that or attain that goal that we want to achieve together. Now, when we do anything, when we try to do something which we have never done before, and that is why we call this as an innovation. When we try to do something, we always will have obstacles, we always will have challenges, and the ways to find solution to those challenges and how do we achieve our goal is where we very much need a team. We need different skill sets, because one person cannot have all the skill sets, and all these skill sets together, what you can have in a classroom, you can do wonders, believe me. And that is why when you try to be together, when you try to do something together, you can achieve more than what you can achieve alone. And at the same time, to do something to achieve your goal, you need some motivation, right? We all have some motivation to do something. And there are two kinds of motivation. One which comes from our within, and one which is influenced by the external circumstances or external force. Like one example of external thing is that we get motivated by the film stars. We try to keep the hair design like them, or we try to wear the clothes like my film stars do. So
Yeah.
we try to get we get motivated by them, and those are external motivation. Whereas whereas if we think what is internal motivation is that I have a dream, I want to achieve something in my life. And when I have, say for example, I want to become a aeronautical engineer because I love that field. To become an aeronautical engineer, I first try to set my goal to reach there. And how to reach there is I need to first pass my entrance exam to the aeronautical engineering. Then I need to complete my engineering course. I need to learn and be enough, gain enough knowledge to become an aeronautical engineer. Now, today I have a dream to become an analytical engineer. That is my motivation. Now, to do that, I need to pass an exam, and to pass an exam, I need to study. So I start doing study, and nobody else tells me to do that study, and still I go ahead and do that study because this is my internal motivation. Similarly, when we talk of doing some kind of innovative things in our school, in our team, uh, we know that we need two kinds of motivation. And first, that is starts with you as an individual. What is your motivation to be that innovative person, to achieve that goal, or to create something which is good for the society, which is good for coming generations? And that is why it is very important to understand that motivation is very, very important for success. You cannot be successful if you do not have any motivation. If you don't have a motivation to build your physique or this, you will not get up early in the morning, go for an exercise or go for a walk or go for a run, right? So first thing is to have internal motivation, and then is the external motivation. External motivation comes from your surrounding, from the environment where you are. And I'm really super proud to see a school where the external motivation factors are being generated by KSS Foundation, Sumanji, or Mr. Ansari. All these guys are actually creating that kind of environment to give you the external motivation to do this innovation, to bring out something new, to bring out something which can be beneficial for society, right? You have external motivation that has already been started. What you need to have what we need to have is an internal motivation, and this is what I request all of you to and you put others if you don't mind. Yeah, thank you so much. So this is why I would request all of you to kindly think about it, turn to understand that why we are doing it. Find a good cause. Understand that why I am trying to create something which inspires others, which becomes an example for my society, and which is actually looked at or looked up to by the society, by the government, by the states. And once you find that motivation, this will help you already to start somewhere, right? So I will request all of you to find some time, get together, think about it, find a common goal, understand that what better can be done for society, what better can be done in education system, what better can be done for learning to increase their skills. Once you have that set of thoughts, try to put together, try to bring it to a goal. And to do that, every one of you need to develop that leadership skills. Because if you do not have that leadership skill, others will not listen to you, or they will not follow you, or they will listen to you and not follow you, right? Until unless they all follow each other, that means if I am telling something, others are listening. It is very important for us to develop that leadership skill. Once we all have that kind of leadership skill, people start trusting each other. The moment you start trusting each other, you become a team. And once you become the team, you all see the same goal. And when you see the same goal, you all know that you need to achieve that goal. And when you know you need to achieve that goal, that gives you an internal motivation. And the external motivation, surroundings, and the environment is being created by your school, by the foundation, and by the people around you who are supporting you for this cause, right? So this is very, very important for all of us to understand one thing today, that every topic that we are talking about today, whether it is leadership skill, whether it is teamwork, whether it is motivation, whether it is encouraging each other, whether it is trust, they all relate to each other, and they all form a kind of a true example of getting successful in life. And if you look up to the life of any great people, and when I talk of great people, not somebody who has made a lot of money. In my view, that's not success. In my view, the success is that if you do something, people say that yes, this is what I also want to do. That means people try to follow me, and people try to see that everybody starts following you because you do something which they feel that they should have also done, right? I think you all have heard the name of Nelson Mandela, and I think he is a de facto leader around the world, and I feel something like Gandhi, everybody believes that Nelson Mandela is one of the biggest leader in centuries to come. And once someone asked Nelson Mandela, one of the press reporter, that how come or where you got the leadership lessons, how you became such a great leader. And he said that to become a great leader, you don't need to go to some institute or to do some study or do some kind of courses, you know. He said that it starts from your own life, right from the childhood days. And he said that he started observing his father. His father was a leader of tribe. Those days in Africa, there used to be small tribes who used to live. His father was a leader of one of the tribe. And he said that from the childhood, I was always observing that despite of being the leader of the tribe, he always tried to speak the last. And you know, it's very, very important for all of us to understand that as a human nature, we always try to speak first, and we try to put our views first. You know, anybody asks any question and we try to suddenly jump and start telling, oh, no, I want this, I want to do that. But as a leader, as a team lead, or as someone who wants to actually inspire or actually lead someone, you need to be the last to speak. Because say, just for example, I'm a manager, I have a team of 10 people, I feel myself as a big leader. I come to the classroom, I write on the board, team, this is our problem today. We need to think that how do we resolve this problem? In my view, this is the solution. What do you think? This kind of discussions are one of the worst discussions one can have, because the moment you told something that you want this way, you have killed the discussions, you have killed the innovations that other can suggest to you, because you have not given enough chance for others to think and come about the solution. And this is what Nelson Mandela said, that he has started learning this from the starting childhood, that it is very, very difficult for us to hold ourselves, but it is very, very important for us to hold ourselves and listen to others. So when we try to innovate something, we just don't go and throw our ideas, say that, okay, I want to do this, and this is how I want to do this. When you try to innovate something, when you try to do something for the society, you need to learn from the real stakeholders. If I want to develop something, I need to go to the real user. I need to ask them. I need to understand that what problems exactly they are facing in those kind of areas. What are their feelings, that how this can be improved? And once you attain that information, once you get that knowledge of what are the issues that people are facing, what are the ways they think this can be resolved, then you can put your own mind to this, and then probably you can form a kind of understanding, a kind of work area around it. You can say SOW, that how we should actually work on this, so that you try to achieve the goal what people think that it should be. So the innovation comes from there, that you actually listen to the root causes, how the actual user feels that this can be improved, and then putting your own brain, not only your own, but your team's brain to it, to see that how it can be done better, right? So this is why it becomes very, very important to lead by example. And meaning to lead by example is to listen to others, to encourage others to talk about it, to understand it, and then put your knowledge behind it to actually achieve something which you want to achieve, right? So it is very, very important also that in your team itself, you try to encourage each other. In your team itself, you try to encourage each other. What happens is you are providing them a kind of external motivation when you are working in a team. You have a surrounding, you have been given an atmosphere by the school, by the organization. They are the external factors actually to give you the resources, the means to do something that you want to do. Now when you work in a team also, you need to motivate each other. You need to give them the external motivation. Internal motivation already starts because you all want to achieve that goal, and it's something like, as I told you, that you want to become an aeronautical engineer, you need to pass some exam, and then you start to study without anybody telling you. It's the same way when you decide in a team that what you want to achieve, you all have that internal motivation. You have a surrounding resources provided by the school and the organization, and you all support each other with the external motivation to complement each other, to support each other, to lend a hand to each other, to move towards the goal that you want to achieve, right? So I believe these are one of the most important aspects in any field, and it is not only something that you want to innovate in your education system or in your school or in your surrounding areas, but in every aspect of your life. I believe these are some key aspects that you always would need in terms to better your life, to give a better meaning to your life. And that is why I would say that this discussion on leadership and motivation that we are doing today with you should start as a good foundation, and this start can probably give you the foundation to start a discussion among yourselves, to help you understand the importance of learning these skills, how you can develop these skills in yourself, how you can apply them in your practical life, how you can motivate each other, how you can support each other, why teamwork is important, why support of each other is important, and why a skill like leadership in itself is important for you to do anything in your life. Even when tomorrow you become a parent, you would need these skills, because you would have to negotiate with your kid at every step in their lives. You would need to negotiate with your difficult times. Sometimes it could be monetary issues, sometimes it could be relationship issues, and you would need to find a best way forward to manage everybody, keep everybody happy, keep the family together, and you all will reach to that stage tomorrow. And to do that beautifully, to do that successfully, these leadership skills will also help you in your lives. So I believe that these skills, what you learn from now onwards, will not only help you in doing something that you have taken up today to do, but this will also help in your life to better your life tomorrow, to become a better person tomorrow, to become a better father tomorrow, to become a better mother tomorrow, to become a better son tomorrow, to become a better daughter tomorrow. Every aspect of your life, you would need these skills actually to navigate through your life beautifully. I think I've spoken enough. I invite Mr. Suman or Mr. Pankaj to share something more if they want me to add something more.
Uh, सर एक्चुअली लाइक हम कुछ ऐड नहीं, हम इनफैक्ट आपसे ही कुछ और जानना चाहेंगे। लाइक योर स्टोरी इज लाइक क्वाइट इंस्पायरिंग, और हमारे यहाँ के बच्चे जो है वो इससे काफी ज्यादा कनेक्ट कर पाएंगे। आपने शुरू में ही बताया कि आपकी शुरुआती पढ़ाई सुपौल से ही हुई थी, ग्रेजुएशन भी आपने वहीं से किया, एंड देन यू वेंट ऑन टू डू लाइक MBA, राइट?
या नहीं, स्कूलिंग मैंने वहां से किया था, फिलिप्स साइड।
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, कॉलेज फिर आपने बाहर से किया था।
हाँ हाँ, 12th तक वहां किया था मैंने। हाँ,
तो सर एक्चुअली लाइक हमारे यहाँ जो रूरल बैकग्राउंड के जो बच्चे हैं, ये कुछ परेशानियां इन लोग ऑफ कोर्स लाइक झेलते हैं। फॉर एग्जांपल लाइक कुछ रिसोर्सेज की लिमिटेशन होती है, कुछ जो एक सराउंडिंग से जो लर्निंग का एक होना चाहिए एनवायरनमेंट, वो थोड़ा मिसिंग होता है। यानी कह सकते हैं कि शायद इकोसिस्टम जो है वो एज पर उनके एक्सपेक्टेशन उनको लगता है कि नहीं मिल पा रहा है। लेकिन फिर भी लाइक जब आप जैसे लोगों की कहानियां जब आती हैं, who have made like a success story starting from like दिस एरिया, तो ये इन बच्चों के लिए भी जो है एक मोटिवेटर का काम करेगा कि अच्छा हाँ, इफ लाइक गौतम सर कैन डू दिस, इवन आई कैन डू दिस, एंड देयर आर मेनी पीपल लाइक दिस, राइट? तो इसमें सर एक्चुअली हमारा जो ये स्कूल इनोवेशन काउंसिल का जो ये इनिशिएटिव था, इसका मेन गोल यही है कि ये बच्चे जो हैं वो अपने लोकल एनवायरनमेंट में जो प्रॉब्लम वगैरह है, उन प्रॉब्लम्स के लिए कुछ सॉल्यूशन ढूंढे, और उस सॉल्यूशन को जो है लाइक यूजिंग स्किल्स ऑफ डिजाइन थिंकिंग, वो सॉल्यूशन को डेवलप करें, और फिर उसको जो है हम स्टेट लेवल पर और नेशनल लेवल पर जो है इस SIC के जरिए जो है उसको वो लोग दिखाएंगे भी। अब यहाँ पर क्या है कि एज ए टीचर हमारा थोड़ा सा जो है एक्सपर्टीज काफी, अब थोड़ा क्या काफी कम हो जाता है, और यहीं पर आप जैसे लोग जब मिलेंगे इन बच्चों से, तो शायद काफी बेहतर गाइडेंस मिल पाएगा इन बच्चों को, है ना सर?
श्योर। तो सुमन जी, आई थिंक आपने बहुत अच्छी बात करी कि we all try to see people surrounding us, try to get motivated by them, try to understand that how navigated through their own life, और you know that कि हमारे काफी issues होते हैं in the जैसे हम परिवेश में रहते हैं, जैसे or especially when we talk of our village or our hometowns, still there are scarcity of resources. I completely agree. लेकिन इसमें यही एक चीज होती है कि how much you are self motivated, how much internal motivation you have. Not to brag about, but I will give you example of myself because that is what best I can do. मैंने 10th पास किया था 1985 में। हम 3-4 दोस्तों ने मिलकर ये डिसाइड किया कि हमको कुछ अच्छा करना है और हमको सुपौल से बाहर निकलना है। तो हमारी सबसे बड़ी कमजोरी क्या है? हमने आइडेंटिफाई किया कि हमारी सबसे बड़ी कमजोरी ये है कि हम ढंग से अंग्रेजी पढ़ लिख बोल नहीं सकते। तो इसको कैसे रिजॉल्व किया जाए? हमारे टाइम में 11th 12th जो होता था वो कॉलेज में होता था।
जी जी।
और हमारी सारी पढ़ाइयां हिंदी में होती थी।
हाँ।
तो हमने क्या किया कि हम केमिस्ट्री के टीचर, फिजिक्स के टीचर और मैथ के टीचर तीनों के पास गए। हमने बोला सर हमको हमारा जो पढ़ाई करना है वो भी इंग्लिश में करना है और हमारा जो एग्जाम देना है वो भी इंग्लिश में देना है। उन्होंने साफ मना कर दिया। उन्होंने बोला कि देखो ये इम्पॉसिबल है, बिकॉज कि बाकी बच्चों का हम क्या करेंगे, पहली बात। दूसरी बात, हर कोई हिंदी में लिखता है, तुम इंग्लिश में लिखोगे तो कैसे चलेगा। लेकिन हम लोगों ने जिद ठान ली कि नहीं, हमको सर करना है और हम आपको प्लीज रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं सपोर्ट करने के लिए। हम आपको गारंटी देते हैं कि हम BSS कॉलेज का नाम रोशन करेंगे। बहुत रिक्वेस्ट के बाद उन लोगों ने हमको प्रिंसिपल के पास ले गया। फिर प्रिंसिपल ने बोला कि ठीक है, ऐसा है कि हम कॉलेज में तो नहीं कर सकते ऐसा, बट ये लोग तुमको रोज 1-1 घंटा टाइम देंगे और ये लोग कोशिश करेंगे तुमको इंग्लिश में ही पढ़ाएं और तुम इंग्लिश में ही पढ़ो और लिखो। दैट वाज द टाइम व्हेन हमने कॉलेज जाना बंद कर दिया और हम 1-1 घंटे करके उन सारे टीचर्स के पास जाते थे, उनके पास पढ़ते थे। और उनको भी दिक्कत थी, वो भी चूंकि उनकी आदत नहीं थी, तो दे वर नॉट एबल टू एक्चुअली टीच अस वेल इन इंग्लिश, यू नो। बट उन्होंने भी बहुत कोशिश की हमारे साथ। एंड स्पेशली एक डॉक्टर विमल झा करके थे हमारे फिजिक्स के टीचर, गॉड ब्लेस हिज सोल, ही इज नो मोर देयर, बट उन्होंने उनको थोड़ी बहुत कमांड थी इंग्लिश पे, तो उन्होंने स्टार्ट किया और उनके बाद जो बाकी टीचर्स थे उन्होंने उनको भी गाइड किया कि कैसे उनको पढ़ाना चाहिए। तो वो क्या करते थे, हमारे लिए वो मेहनत करते थे, पहले नोट्स बनाते थे इंग्लिश में और फिर इंग्लिश में उसको पढ़ के हमको बताते थे। बहुत प्रिमिटिव इंग्लिश के चक्कर में हम लोगों को 12th में बहुत अच्छे मार्क्स नहीं आए। आई थिंक कुछ 72-73% मार्क्स आए, बट स्टिल व्हाट वी डिड इज कि दैट गेव अस कॉन्फिडेंस। हम लोग सिर्फ 4 बच्चे थे 87 के 12th एग्जाम में, आप जाके आज भी बीएसएस कॉलेज में चेक कर सकते थे, जिन्होंने सारे आंसर शीट इंग्लिश में लिखे थे। और जो एग्जामिनर थे उन्होंने कॉलेज में फोन किया था हमारे प्रिंसिपल को कि ये बोलने के लिए कि ये आपके कॉलेज का ये पेपर्स आया है, इन बच्चों ने इंग्लिश में लिखा है, इनको क्या करें, कैसे मार्क्स दें। और हमारे जो टीचर्स थे जो हमने पढ़ाया था उन्होंने उनको सपोर्ट किया हमारे को मार्किंग करने में। तो दैट वे हमने ये ठान लिया कि हमको करना है। और वो जो 2 साल हमने इंग्लिश में पढ़ाई की, दैट गेव अस कॉन्फिडेंस कि जब हम पटना गए और वहां पे जब हमने स्टार्ट किया कोचिंग में, पहले हम एज यूजुअल बीएमदास रोड में रह के हम लोग सब कोचिंग शुरू करते थे। हमने जब कोचिंग शुरू किया तो हमको एक ऑलरेडी कॉन्फिडेंस था, इवन दो हम एक छोटे से गांव से आए थे, लोगों को ये समझ थी कि ये लोग कुछ भी नहीं जानते, बट स्टिल हमारे में एक कॉन्फिडेंस था। और जब हम इंग्लिश में लिखते थे तो उनको आश्चर्य लगता था कि ये लड़के सब्जेक्ट इंग्लिश में कैसे लिख पा रहे हैं सुपौल से आने के बाद भी। एंड दैट गेव अस कॉन्फिडेंस कि हमने धीरे धीरे इंग्लिश में बात करनी भी शुरू की और हम लोगों को शर्म नहीं आती थी, कितनी भी गलत बोले लेकिन हम बोलते थे। तो इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अस टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट व्हाट वी वांट टू डू इन आवर लाइफ। और जब हमको ये पता चल जाता है कि हमको अपनी जिंदगी में क्या करना है, देन वी डोंट गेट डिस्ट्रैक्टेड बाय द सराउंडिंग्स, because the moment you start thinking about others, that what others think about you, then you have failed. तो मेरे समझ से ये बहुत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि resources will not be there and not everyone gets that resources, you know, and that is where innovation comes, that how do you find that resource, you know, and how much this you have in yourself कि नहीं हमको ये करना है. At the moment you decide कि हमको ये करना है, you find several ways to do that, right? I think recently आप लोगों ने देखा होगा एक लड़की ने एक साइकिल के साथ वॉशिंग मशीन बनाया। तो साइकिल का पिछला चक्का की जगह उसने वॉशिंग मशीन का टम्बलर डाला है, and she cycles so that she makes her health as well as she washes her clothes also. So you know, innovation can be anything in your life. It can be in any form. And until unless you do not have that internal desire, that internal fire within you, I don't think it's easier to find the ways. And अगर आप दूसरों पे dependent रहेंगे, I know, I fully agree that you need to be provided with resources, and that is why this school, this Cassius Foundation is there to provide you those kind of resources. May not be everything you can find, but then it is upon us to find what we need. And there are hundreds of ways to find it, believe me. And last thing I would like to add, Sumanji, though I today I'm here for a few minutes, less than an hour, but believe me, I'm always there to provide any kind of support that is required, what I can give in my personal capacity. Any support from my experiences, whatever I can support, I'm always there. And to every one of you who is there today on the call, you
Thanks
will
a lot, sir.
You will get my whereabouts, my contact details. You need any support in your life, you need any kind of advices, you need any kind of further talks or discussion, you want to discuss something, feel free to reach.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। एक्चुअली लाइक जिस तरीके से आप आए और अपने बच्चों के साथ इंटरेक्ट किया, ऑफ कोर्स लाइक योर विजडम, योर एक्सपीरियंस, ये बच्चों को तो काफी ज्यादा मोटिवेशन देगा ही। आई थिंक इट विल आल्सो गिव देम सम क्लैरिटी अबाउट लाइफ। क्योंकि कई बार क्या होता है कि बच्चे जो हैं वो चे शरा शरा वाले जो है सिद्धांत पर चलते हैं कि जो होगा वो देख लेंगे, लेकिन अब जो है उन्हें ये पता चलेगा कि क्लैरिटी होना जो है शुरुआत से ही ये कितना इम्पोर्टेंट है। और कैसे जो है एक सेंस ऑफ डायरेक्शन को जो है मेंटेन करने में वो हेल्प करता है। बाकी सर ऑफ कोर्स लाइक थैंक्स टू केसीएस फाउंडेशन एंड व्हाइट बोर्ड स्कूल, अब जो है मैं अपने बच्चों को ये हमेशा कहता हूँ सर कि इवन दो आई मे नॉट प्रोवाइड यू एवरीथिंग, आई विल मेक माय बेस्ट एफर्ट टू इंश्योर दैट बेस्ट पीपल आर विद यू, you just need to use their availability, है ना। और आज से जो है हमने उस डायरेक्शन में एक और स्टेप बढ़ाया है सर, और फ्यूचर में जो है आई एश्योर माय स्टूडेंट्स एज वेल के आप जो है अक्सर इनसे मिलते रहेंगे और इन बच्चों को सर गाइड करते रहेंगे। एंड वी आर श्योर सर बहुत जल्दी जो है हमारे यहाँ से भी बहुत सारे सर इनोवेटिव बच्चे निकलेंगे जो कि हम लोगों का नाम ऊपर करेंगे। ठीक है, धन्यवाद गौतम सर सभी बच्चों के बिहाफ पर।
Before we close, Sumanji, I would like to add a last thing, and this is kind of I would say sincere advice and request to all the students who are there today. You know,
Yes,
today I feel not only today but even in our school days, we all had the habit of doing something at the last moment, submitting our assignments when it is fag end of the deadline to submit, going to study when the exam starts. Believe me one thing, when you try to do something at the last hour, you actually is forgiving the chance to innovate or do something better for you. Because when you work something at the last hour, you just try to finish it and throw it. But if you give the enough time, you give the time to innovate, you give the time to actually do something better. So please don't lose the valuable time. Don't try to postpone things. Excuse me. Don't try to postpone things and do at the last hour, because in that way you will lose the very good opportunity of doing something better or to innovate something. So thank you very much, Sumanji. Thanks to school, thanks to KCS, and thanks to WhiteBoard Foundation for giving me this opportunity. Pranam from my side.
Pranam sir, thanks a lot sir.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so that brings us to the end of this session, and we got to learn a lot from Gautam sir. And Gautam sir will be with us, like with KCS and WhiteBoard Foundation and with the Vatika, as like with the Vatika is running many programs in collaboration with KCS and WhiteBoard. तो हम जो है मैक्सिमम कोशिश करेंगे कि गौतम सर के ज्ञान और उनके अनुभव का जो है हम पूरा फायदा उठाएं। तो चलिए, आप सभी के पार्टिसिपेशन के लिए आप लोगों को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। ठीक है, तो हम लोग अब इस इवेंट को खत्म करते हैं। थैंक यू।
Thank you very much, everyone. You all have a good day.
Good day, sir.
Good day.
Thank you.
इनका लेक्चर देखो दिखाई